It's time for Southern Fried Baseball, presented by College Baseball Central. Hosted by Jake McKeever as he talks everything SEC baseball and more.
Welcome in, College Baseball Central fans. We are here, if you will, at the All-Star break. We are 5 weeks into the SEC season, past the halfway point, if you will. So we thought to change it up a little bit, we would have a little bit of an All-Star game. Andrew, how are we doing today?
We're doing good.
It can't complain. Like every great All-Star game, if you will, we will have a home run derby as well as a few speed competitions. So before we reveal that starting lineup, if you would, I want your top 3 guys, pitchers, where if they were to do that drill with Ichiro on the bats at the top of the plate, who are the 3 pitchers that you are going with?
I think I'm going with Liam Doyle of Tennessee. Liam Doyle, going another lefty, Zach Root from Arkansas, and little wild card here, Sam Dutton from Auburn.
All right, I'll go. I'll go Jared Spencer from Texas. I'll go Malachi Witherspoon from Oklahoma. And then Ryan Prager from Texas A&M. He doesn't really rock a ton of people.
Yeah.
One more that we're going to do. We're going to do a home run derby, but want to do a little caveat to that too as well. 10 pitches, not who can hit the most out, but who can hit the one the furthest. Who would you take as your top 3?
Ooh. Jared Jones. I don't think it's a matter of how many he will hit. I think it is a matter of how far he will hit one. At one point this year, he has put one off of the LSU scoreboard. I think he will definitely, especially when he gets to some of these. I wish LSU went to Georgia just to see how far he can get one out there. Rylan Zaborowski, obviously the Polish poltergeist, as you've
Polish poltergeist,
the nickname you stuck on him. And I'm not gonna. Okay, yeah, this one's easy. Justin LeBron.
Ooh, a little bit undersized. I kind of like that.
He's a LeBron. He's the best LeBron out there.
I'm gonna go Brody Donay down at Florida. He's a monster of a man. We go Hunter Hines at Mississippi State, another mountain of a man. And then I'm gonna go a little bit off of the out of left field, if you will. I'm gonna go Ethan Petrie. I think he can hit the ball just a long
Yeah,
way.
I was thinking either LeBron or Petrie. I'm surprised you didn't go Jace Lava.
He's another guy. I wanted to save him for the actual home run derby.
Well, would the home run derby be during a midweek so Brody Donay can get his?
Yeah, he actually isn't going to get a coach to pitch MVP. He's just going to get a midweek guy to get up there and just pitch to him normal. That's how he's going to do it, just to hit it a long way. There's a few more events that we will talk about here, specifically that home run derby. But let's go ahead and reveal our starting 9. This is for team transfers, if you will. The big T's, high T's, if you will. Catching for us is Barry Harrison, followed by Andrew Fisher at first base, Daniel Dickinson at second base, Wehewa Aloy at short, if you remember he was a transfer. Luke Hill is at third base, even though he's played second, he's played third. Robbie Burnett out in left, Nathan Hall in center, and Charles Davalin in right, followed by the Polish poltergeist, if you will, out there as the DH. Absolutely loaded lineup that doesn't really lack pop. We'll go ahead and do the reserves here a little bit too as well. Here are our reserves. These are in no particular order, if you will. There is one for every single team. Brent Iredale from Arkansas. Luis Hernandez behind the plate is our reserve catcher. Ace Reese, Wyatt Hensler, Luke Lawrence, the now injured Evan Mendoza. He is going to be moved into that reserve spot as he is day-to-day. Colby Shelton, Brody Donay, Camden Kozel will be our first baseman, despite him probably playing second base this weekend. And Pierre Seals from Missouri is going to round us out in the outfield. Andrew, let's start with the snubs. Who are we missing on this list?
One that I think he's done a very good job slotting into center field at LSU, Chris Stanfield. Obviously he's not hitting 400 like Charles Davelin right now, and he doesn't have the pop numbers like Robbie Burnett. But he has been hitting a solid around that 320 mark for LSU. I think you can even go, or we're not doing pitchers yet, huh?
Nope. So there's still some pitchers. This is specifically just rostered guys. For me, while you think on that, Ben Royo from Texas A&M is another one that really stood out for me. He's been hitting the absolute cover off of the ball when he has had a chance to play, and most of his games have been in SEC play. Tanner Reeves, I think, is another guy that kind of we talked about a little bit to be in there. The other Aloy, I'm surprised actually we didn't find him a spot, but I felt like we had enough Arkansas people. There was one other one, Henry Kazmar from South Carolina, hitting 301 for him, 4 home runs. He's another guy that we really kind of snubbed, if you will. But, I mean, there's so many talented – I'm going to be honest. This transfers team was hard to narrow this one down because there's just so many monster transfers.
Yeah, I remember the conversation we were having while like making the transfers and the locals team. It's like, oh my God, it's so crazy realizing how many of like the SEC stars there are that are just have like transferred in. Me and you have joked about the Texas A&M Ivy League pipeline that they're building down there. So
yeah, Wyatt Hinsler is going to be as our one of the third basemen on the reserve team. Luke Hill, I know we went back and forth between Brent Iredale, Luke Hill, and Wyatt Hinsler. Daniel Dickinson and Luke Lawrence is another one that we kind of went back and forth on. Bear Harrison behind the plate was another guy that we really kind of did. Outfield, I could be honest, was probably one of the easier ones for us.
Yeah, I mean, Robbie Burnett, the UNC Asheville transfer, he's been just smoking the ball. Him and Rylan Zaborowski have been a perfect back-to-back duo in that Georgia lineup. Nathan Hall coming in from Clemson. Yeah, South Carolina's having a down year in their first year under Paul Mainieri.
Hall's fast. I got to see him in person over the weekend. He's probably one of the fastest players in the country.
He is ridiculously fast, and it's a good thing that South Carolina team hits a lot of singles so he can rack up those stolen bases.
and he's going to go in first to third, too. That's going to be a specialty. He is 11 for 13 in stolen bases on the year, by the way.
That's ridiculous. I mean, Charles Davalon also is just if you follow me on Twitter, you probably saw me spam tweeting all the SEC stats yesterday, and Charles Davalon was in
the French Canadian.
Yes,
he can absolutely mash. Justin Thomas is another guy out in center field for him. Here is the pitchers that we are going to roll with. These were absolutely loaded. Headlining starter, Liam Doyle, followed by Kyson Witherspoon. Brian Curley is going to be our 3-inning guy. Spencer will get the 4th. Ruger Riojas and Zach Root from Texas. Carson Osmer, Connor Fennell from the Vandy Boys. And rounding us out is Sam Dutton. This one was absolutely hard. Another one is Miles Patton that absolutely eats innings for him. There's just the other Witherspoon twin, if you will. Anthony Ianson.
Yeah.
There's just so many good quality transfer. Liam Peterson.
Yeah.
It's just a loaded team.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to say how strong the SEC is in pitching. And it's funny to say it's like one of these guys can have a down weekend, then you remember it's like, oh my God, that's the number one in the at SEC. And Kyson Witherspoon and Liam Doyle have been 2 of the best pitchers in the country all year. So
yeah, one of those is probably going to win pitch of the year. Jared Spencer's kind of in that argument. Ruger Riojas, I think, is another potential to win a ton of these awards. But that will be our transfers team. Before we jump into the other side of it, go ahead and pick out of these teams your 4 representatives for the home run derby that we're going to be posting. So we're going to need the fans' help on this one.
So for the transfers,
yes,
obviously got to go Andrew Fisher.
Yeah.
Robbie Burnett, Ryland, And then we'll go Bear Harrison.
So you wanted Fisher, Ryland, Bear, and then who was that third one?
Did I say Burnett? Yeah, Robbie
Yeah,
Burnett.
Robbie.
Yep.
My 4, I will obviously go Aloy. I'll switch on over to the other side just to get a few others from our reserve. Ace Reese. I'll go Ace Reese. He can absolutely mash.
He can.
Brody. I'll go Brody. I love my Brody. And then Colby Shelton. I mean, he's got a good long home run derby swing, so we'll have to see how those
doubles. A lot of doubles.
A lot of doubles. Let's go ahead and move on into our starting 9 for the locals. These are guys that started at the school they are currently at. Sliding in after just a monster couple weeks, Ryland Galvan is starting behind the plate. Bear Jones is playing at first. Kyle Branch, the OU second baseman, will play there. Justin LeBron, probably the easiest choice of the day. Dean Curley, since he has been playing third, he gets to slide in to be third. Ethan Petrie and left. Will Gasparino in center. And Daniel Curiel, followed by Easton Carmichael, rounding us out. There was a lot of contention for that catcher spot. But I sent over that stat that Ryland Galvan's hitting, 370 in SEC play?
Yeah, he's been mashing it ever since SEC play started.
He was actually going to be our third choice until I saw that stat. So that was a good catch by us to go in and get there. It's another one. The thing about this one, this is a lot more doubles, I think, than the other ones. It doesn't have as much pop, but it's definitely a more athletic group.
Yeah.
I mean, Easton Carmichael, the DH, is stolen double-digit bases. Curiel and Gasparino can absolutely fly. LeBron and Branch. I mean, this is a speed-built lineup.
Even Petrie, Ethan Petrie's kind of he doesn't have that. He's not that fast, but for some reason he does get good.
He gets good jumps.
Skills, yeah.
He can score from second pretty easy. He can go first to third, which is an underrated aspect of his game. I think you're correct on that.
Yeah.
Here are the reserves. If you notice, it is going to be a lot smaller. We are going to count on our other guys to play a little bit more. Ike Irish, we did not have a place for him. That was actually a little bit surprising. Yeah. Monster Milam at short. Caden Sorrell, if you will, in his role is going to be a little bit I feel like he's earned it for as little as he has played. That was kind of the biggest one as I went back and forth between him and Jace Lavalette. Yeah. I wanted to read off some of his stats for you, if you will. 375 with 5 home runs, 10 walks in 11 games played. So he's just absolutely tearing the cover off the ball. I think that warranted it. Chase Freilich is another one of our catchers. Ryder Helfrich is who we had slated to be our starting catcher before the other one kind of came in. Bub Terrell in the outfield, and then Tyler Bell, the Kentucky shortstop. Any snubs that we're missing, Andrew?
I mean, I think there's a bunch. You can easily go through that Alabama lineup. You can easily put Bonamolo in here. I feel like Cade Snell.
Cade Snell's actually a JUCO guy.
Yeah, Cade Snell. I was gonna send him in, and then I realized he went to a JUCO. My bad.
Cade Snell and the Witherspoon twins are both JUCO guys.
Yeah. I think you can also go through Kentucky's lineup. There's a couple guys that you can easily squeeze
Montoya, I think, is one.
I mean, even Tennessee. It feels like there's not. It's crazy to say that it doesn't feel like there's a lot of.
There's a lot of their freshmen that I feel like could have warranted in, but it's like one of those things. Where it's like, okay, if I put him in, I got to put this guy in. So it was definitely a little bit of a pecking order for them. So that's why theirs is going to be a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
But by that same token, only 9 of them can play. Actually, 10 if you include that DH.
Yeah.
But here is going to be our pitchers for the locals. Cade Anderson, followed by Dylan Volantis. Kentucky's Sunday guy, Ben Cleaver. Riley Quick, Missouri's Ian Loesch. Justin Lampkin and Weston Moss for Texas A&M. And then Aiden King from Florida. This one was difficult to find pitchers that had stayed there. I'm going to be honest with you. It was a lot of freshmen. I really wanted to put Clayton Chatterton. Unfortunately, he's kind of finding himself out of the rotation. The other freshman has an ERA above 5, so I felt like that didn't really warrant an Orange Star.
Yeah.
Esky has been good for him. Dylan Eskew. Again, I just didn't think it warranted being an all-star from some of the snubs that we had. But I'm going to be honest. This is one where I thought it was going to be a lot closer on paper, but I think the transfers would definitely win this.
Oh yeah, they would mash. I mean, it would probably the starters would probably be Cade Anderson against the reserves. Best it'd be Liam Doyle against Cade Anderson. It'd be lefty versus lefty.
Yeah, and then you'd get Volantis and Witherspoon that would come
Yeah.
in. I mean, it'd be tough to score runs off of this pitching rotation.
It'd be lefties galore.
Yeah.
Anderson a lefty, Volantis a lefty, Ben Cleaver a lefty, Ian Loesch a lefty,
Lampkin's a lefty.
Lampkin's a lefty. Then you got your righties: Aiden King, Weston Moss, Riley Quick.
We'll go back to our starting guys. Give me your 4 for the home run derby. Obviously, we're gonna go Bear Jones.
Yeah, I got to take Bear Jones. I will take
LeBron.
Yeah, I'll take LeBron, Galvan, and I'll take Easton Carmichael.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, something I figured out when I was doing the stats. He's second in the SEC in triples.
He's also, I think he leads their team in stolen bases.
Yes.
I'll go Ethan Petrie, Will Gasparino. Need 2 more. Ike Irish.
Yeah.
And then Ryder Helfrich. Perfect. We'll go ahead and post those 8 guys, if you will. Andrew, I'll give you one more chance to look at these rosters. Who would win the MVP for your locals team?
For the locals, let's go. I think just in big games he shows up, huh? Justin LeBron.
Oh, I'll go Bear Jones because they always like the guy that hits the long ball. So I'm gonna go Bear Jones as the MVP for the locals.
But I can also see Caden Sorrell coming in and
that'd be a good late inning heroics.
Yeah, and it's like a 2-2 game somehow, and then Sorrell just absolutely ones, just home run. It's just.
And then for the transfers, who are you going with?
For the transfers, I'm going with Nathan Hall.
Ooh, I'll go with Loy, another power hitter that just absolutely bangs the ball around the yard.
I think Nathan Hall, we can see him go 2 for 2, 2 singles, and then get 4 stolen bases.
And then you're he's on base the whole game. No pitchers. Yeah. That's interesting. Neither of us went with pitchers.
No.
We will post all of these lineups. If you have any contentions or questions, feel free to join us down below. We'll post all of the home run derby stats too as well. If you feel free to vote on those will be coming out early tomorrow. Then also tomorrow as well, we're going to have another show where we break down all the weekend, get into our regular weekend stuff, if you will. But let us know who we missed. Let us know who should have been on there. Let us know who your favorite player is. We'll see everybody tomorrow at noon.